What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a blessed day today so far. About to get some realness in here. We're gonna turn this thing over already. We're gonna start it off.
I'll do this. That one's broken.
All right. We're about to get some gas, y'all, before we head out. But doing some great things. So today we're gonna be talking about what's your testimony? What is your testimony? I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Give everybody a second to hop on here. What's going on? Appreciate you hopping on. When you hop on, let me know where you chiming in from. Of course, we are coming here from bright and sunny Dallas, Texas right now. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. Where y'all chiming in from? Appreciate y'all hopping on here. And if you happen to be watching this recording, just fast forward probably about 2 minutes or so. And because I'm doing some greeting to people and stuff like that, you'll see me saying hello, acknowledging everybody. But let me know where you're chiming in from. We got our visitor in the back, Mr. Alex, one more time. Say hi. I don't know why he has Spider-Man. I'm gonna have to kick him out the car. He know we with the super folks all day long. I don't know why he got Spider-Man. So how y'all doing today? Jamal Floyd, what's going on, man? Out in VA, oh man, across the states. What's going on, Mark Ward? Good to see you, bro. Appreciate you hopping on, man. Man, out in VA, what's it like out there, man? I heard it was a tropical storms up north. Are y'all doing all right up there? Y'all good? Y'all okay? You know, man, definitely in our prayers. Cause we've got family that end up getting caught up there. I don't know if she's in Jersey or something like that, up towards y'all way. What up? Well, yo, today we're going to talk about, let me see what time we got. It is 9:02, giving a couple of folks windy, not much. Well, that's great to hear, man. That's wonderful to hear because, man, we got the news of a tropical storm being up there, man. We, especially having family up there. I mean, I definitely don't want it for anybody else, but it's scary news when you hear you got family that's actually going through that and experiencing that. So I'm glad you're okay, man. Glad you're okay, Jamal. All right, so hop right into things. Breakfast with the Brits. I appreciate y'all hopping on today, and we're going to talk about what's your testimony. The key word, if you saw the title of this, the reason why I put in there testimony, I capitalized the word test, T-E-S-T, because in order for you to have a testimony, you have to go through test. Lots of people think a lot of things in life are easy or trials and tribulations and stuff like that. They think they're not for them. What's going on, Will? Appreciate you hopping on, man. And that comes in, I like comparing stuff and putting stuff in business perspective and life. So, I mean, but no matter what it is, Dexter Dotson, what's going on, big bro? I used to call him Sexy Dex, y'all. That's my dude, man. That's my homeboy. We need to hit the court again, by the way. But a lot of people feel when you're going through something, when you have situations in life, why a lot of people ask the question, why me? Why me? Why do I have to go through this? Well, instead of asking why me, ask why not me. Because as you see my live yesterday, remember I told you somebody's always watching. And if somebody's always watching, to see you have a breakthrough in a moment where you're going through some trials and tribulation, its motivation could be very encouraging, and it adds to your testimony. Now, once again, test is very important for you. You have to have a test in order to have a testimony. I mean, that's plain and simple. That's period. Nothing in life comes easy. I mean, whether it's success in business, whether it's marriage and stuff like that. My wife and I, we have a wonderful marriage. Wonderful marriage. I have no problems whatsoever. Every now and then we'll get into a little argument every now. I don't even call them arguments because we'll say something to each other, be mad for about 5 minutes, and then just be right back to being best friends. That's normal, no problem. But that's part of the test. It builds character in our relationship. We've come to grow, to know each other and stuff like that. And the same thing I'm pretty sure with you in the relationship that you're in. You have to understand that everything that's worth having is worth working for. And everything worth having is not always easy. It's not always easy. You always have to go through something. They're always tests and stuff like that. Now, I wanted to pass it to her, but she's not back in the car yet. But let me know something. What would be a major test to one of y'all that you all overcome? And think about this before you type it in. One of the tests that you've gone through that you really wish you hadn't gone through, or you were kind of upset or frustrated that you had gone through it. It was very frustrating. For myself, it was actually one of the things, a test that we had to give a testimony was that we were having problems with our water. I mean, it's a very humbling experience to pay attention to the things that you have in life when you don't have them. It's easily overlooked. So many people say, well, what are you grateful for? Well, I'm grateful for Britt. Yeah, of course, grateful for every bit, but there's so many things that the small things that people overlook. Yesterday, I did one that says celebrate the tinies. We had a problem with our water, and our water was cut off for some time. And we didn't realize when you come home how much that is overlooked by some people. When you walk in and you're so used to doing something and you go to wash your hands, you cut the faucet and you can't wash your hands. Or when it's time to take a bath. I mean, I work outside as a mailman. I come in the house and having a problem because somebody's water main broke near us or something like that. So we were having trouble at the house. But to come in and realize you can't hop in and hop right in the shower like you want to, you just like, man. And it's a humbling experience to overlook stuff like that, and just not really pay attention to that type of thing. So I mean, but it's things that people overlooked on a consistent basis to realize. In order for you to have a testimony, there has to be a test. There has to be a test. No matter how great or small that test may be, there will be a test. How strong will you be to overcome that test? Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna pass him before I talk too much. I like passing like that. So
I don't know what we're talking about.
We're talking about testimony. I said, "What's your testimony?" And we're speaking on test. I said the most important thing in that is that you have a test in your testimony. To have a testimony.
I just think that everybody has a testimony. Some people don't understand that a testimony can be super small or super big. They come in all types of sizes, shapes, forms. They're all different. Everybody has a different form of being tested, and you just have to know how to deal with it. You have to understand that no matter what, you'll see the end result and it'll come out. You'll be better than what you were when you went in. You just have to stand the test. You have to be able to, figure out how to float in the water. You have to figure out how to, you have to figure out how to rely on God and how to depend on God. You have to realize that throughout everything that you're gonna go through, everything that you're gonna come across, that there is always a bigger picture. And don't say, I can't stand to hear people say, the devil. This is the devil. The devil made me do this. So I can't stand at the devil, because everything is not the devil. Sometimes God puts you through storms so you can realize that he's still there, and you can realize that he is there. He will bring you out of it. Sometimes the devil does have a part in it, but it's not always. And I just think that, when it comes to a testimony, you have to realize and you have to understand and you have to know without a doubt that no matter what you go through, no matter how you feel, no matter what form of test you have, that you can make it. Some people's tests are bigger than others because God knows what you can and what you cannot handle. He's not going to give you something that you can't handle. He's not going to give you something that he knows, that in the end you're going to lose that battle. He's not going to do that to you. So no matter what you feel, no matter how you feel, like, I can't make it, I can't do this. I tell my kids all the time, can't is a cuss word. Don't cuss yourself out, because what you tell yourself you can't do, you ain't going to do. You're not going to be able to do it because you've already defeated yourself before you've had the opportunity to even try to be victorious. The Bible says we are more than conquerors. That means we have already won the battle. We've already beat whatever this is coming our way. And in the midst, like, we going through a lot of stuff right now, people still be like, how you smile all the time? How you always happy? Well, because I have Jesus in my life. I have much more than that. So I understand that this little thing that we're going through is nothing compared to the strength that my God has and that he'll give me. And so you have to be, sometimes you have to take your testimony and you have to be transparent to other people so that other people can get the
Strength and encouragement.
Exactly, to go through it. And sometimes they watch you and you're the only Bible that people read sometimes. And if you're the only Bible that people read, you have to keep your encouragement. You have to understand that God will be there to provide. He is a provider. Like, people don't understand who God really is until they start going through stuff and they look back and go, man, God brought me through that. Dang, I just did not think that I had the strength to go through that. You're right, you didn't have the strength to go through that. But because you have God on your side and because you have that strength on your side, what are you doing?
I'm looking.
Because you have God on your side, because you have peace that surpasses all understanding, because you have that much love, because you have the ultimate sacrifice right there, all hidden within inside of you, there is no way you can use the word can't. There is no way that you're able. There is no way that you are able to say that there is nothing I can't make it. You shouldn't be able to say that. And if you're able to say that, then you need to figure out where your faith is. Oh, ye a little faith. But to go backwards, please understand that there is always a test inside of a testimony. There is always a victor inside of victory. There is always a conqueror inside of conqueror. So you have to understand and you have to know that you've already won. Y'all hear me say all the time, I can, I am, and I will. I can do it. I am victorious. I will be victorious. I just have to keep pushing. Sometimes you have to pay attention to Jesus in the midst of the storm. You know what I'm saying? Like when he took Peter out on the water. Peter, walk on water with me. Peter walked on water with Jesus. He actually did it until he took his eyes off of what should have been his main focus. When he took his eyes off of the main focus, that's when he fell. When he took his eyes off of Jesus, that's when he started to sink. Then he wanted to look up. What does that say? That ain't had nothing to do with the devil. That was Jesus and Peter. You see what I'm saying? That was Peter's fear. You have to take the fear out of yourself. My kids be like, oh my God, I'm scared of the dark. What you scared of? God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a power of love and of a sound mind. Get yourself together. Please go through your test so your testimony can be even stronger. You can do it. That's pretty much it. You can do it. We all have stuff we going through in life, but what you do with what you're going through determines your outcome. Yeah. So we're gonna keep smiling through what we're going through. We're gonna keep being happy with what we're going through. Why? Because we already know that the end is greater. We already know, no matter what we go through, we already know that the end is going to be greater. We already know that we are victorious. We already know that we've won. We already know that we've conquered this storm. It's a storm. It'll pass. It will completely pass. That's what they do. Storms don't last always. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. You better get yourself together and get that joy in your life. You can't be about that sorry life. You got to be about that joyful life. You got to be about that happy life. How do you do that? You need to confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God is raising from the dead and you will be saved. That's how you get the joy that we have throughout what we're going through. He's the only one that can give you that. So remember, there is always a test inside a testimony. Live through your test so you can come out with a better, bigger testimony. Bye, y'all.
You heard it. You have it. And one thing she said, you have to embrace your test. You really have to embrace it. A lot of people hate going through it and hate going through the trials and tribulations. I hate the fact that I have cancer. Of course, nobody wants it, but I hate the fact that I'm sick. I hate the fact that I can't do this.
I'm irritated. I'm frustrated. I'm so sick of this. I can't deal with this no more. Get over yourself, because you is not what this is about.
Believe it or not, your testimony is for other folks to have breakthroughs as well. So, and one thing she mentioned, I wanted to kind of touch up on how God allowed things to happen. It's not always the devil. Sometimes God allows things to happen to show you your worth. A lot of people, they don't believe they're worth a whole lot. But you have to go through stuff, and when you realize that you come through on top, you realize, like, man, I can do this. It's an eye-opener. He allowed you to go through things for you to come through so you can see your work, so he can show you your work.
I shall come forth as pure gold. That's the Bible. That's the scripture, I mean.
Yep. So just wanted to send you a few encouraging words out today and ask you, what is your testimony? Big Dallas, good to see you, man. Appreciate the Marcus. I ain't see y'all. Camera's pointing at her, so I ain't see none of that. That's right. Fight is fixed. You can't lose. You better know it. You can only lose if you give up. So that's the thing about it. Michael Pennington, appreciate you hopping on as well, man. But thank you all for your time. Appreciate y'all tuning in to Breakfast with the Brits. And today we was talking about what's your testimony. So today, as you go forth throughout the day, man, be encouraged. Realize whatever it is that you're going through. They say weeping may endure for night,
but joy comes in the morning.
You heard it right. Joy comes in the morning. I wanted y'all to finish that. I wanted to hear somebody speak through my phone. I was waiting for somebody to type it. Okay? Understand that trouble doesn't last always. They say there's a rainbow at the end of every storm. So understand, you may be going through some stuff, but embrace that test that you're going through and come out with a testimony. And you realize that the word doesn't have test at the end, which means you don't have your victory at the end of before the test. You go through the test and you create the testimony. So understand that throughout the thing, go through your test. Be encouraged in your test. Understand there are going to be hard times in your test. And fight through that thing. That way, at the end, you'll be able to stand. It creates for a better story. You always hear about a lot of people that have become successful and talk about, I was homeless at one point. I was sleeping in my car at this point. I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything to eat. I had a friend of mine that let me sleep on the couch or on the floor. Or I was on the streets. You hear those things and you see that breakthrough that they had when they become successful, realize that was their testing time. They were being tested. And once they got through their test, they had become successful. So I mean, in life in general and everything else, understand that before you reach your testimony, you have to go through your test, but you've got to be willing to fight through your test. Some people start going through the test and they give up. Don't be that person. All right? Stick with it. Fight through it. Understand it's going to be hard and you can make it.
That's scripture. The race is not given to the strong. What is it? The race. I just had
it's not given to the strong or the swift, but
the one that endures to the end. That's what it is. The race is not given to the strong or the swift, but the one that endures to the end. You just gotta make it there. I don't care how you make it there. There are times where if you pay attention to some of these people who finish their races, they finish their races crawling on their deathbed, saying your family needs to tell you bye because you're not gonna make it. Some of those people are living right now stronger, bigger, and better than they have ever lived before. You just got to make it there. You just got to make it. The Bible says, if I just touch the hem of his garment. The lady with the issue of blood had been suffering with the issue of blood for her entire life. And all she did was touch the hem of his garment. That's power. Do you understand that? That she didn't touch Jesus. She didn't touch his ankles, his feet. He didn't touch her. She touched his clothes. Could you imagine that? Reaching down like a little baby and grabbing the bottom of my skirt.
It was her belief that healed her.
It was her faith that healed her. So that's all you need is faith. The Bible says the faith, the size of a grain of mustard seed, will move a mountain. Get it together, yo. Like, for real. Get it together. Get your life all the way. Get it together, because you never know. And then the other thing is, you have to realize you never know what other people are going through. So if I'm one of those people who really is unable to handle the test that I'm going through right now, and you come at me with your attitude because you're going through something too, you don't know my past. What if I'm a cutter? What if I've tried to commit suicide before? What if I've tried to drown myself before? What if I tried, you know what I'm saying? What if I tried to drug myself to death? What if I tried to do that and you just pushed me over the edge because you was going through some stuff? You can't be that way. You have to learn how to encourage people through your storm. You have to learn how to, and this is what I tell, I have a good friend that sings, and she sings, and I tell her all the time, you have to minister to yourself. When you going through stuff, you have to minister to yourself when you talk to other people, because they will feel that spirit inside of you. They will feel that will jump. That encouragement will jump. you have to keep pouring into people. No matter what you go through, you always be happy. Don't forget, there's a test inside of testimony. There's a conqueror inside of a conqueror. There's worth inside of worthy. Like, it's always a word. It's always something inside of something. And you are all of that plus. You are all of that plus. You already have it inside of you. The Bible says, I hide God's word in my heart, so I will not sin against thee. If you hide God's word in your heart, that means you're going to have to live that word. Because what go in, come out. You have to live it. It's a lifestyle. People are like, this is my religion. No, forget religion. It's a lifestyle. You have to live that every day. You have to die to self and take up the cross and follow him every single day. Just conquer your test so you can be worthy of your testimony.
Yep. And like I said, for the last thing, you always know somebody's always watching. Be that person that encourages, because understand that when you go through your trial or your situation, that person, somebody else may be going through the same thing, and they see you come out on top. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to come to you and say, hey man, I remember you were going through that. How'd you make it through? And because you were able to make it through and make it through your test and create a testimony, you can help someone else. Share with them how you did it. Share with them what you did. Understand with them, kind of congregate with them. Let them know, look, you can make it. Encourage them. Send them words of encouragement. Check on them even afterwards. So many people say, I'm doing something for you, and they'll talk to them once and don't talk to them again. Keep in contact with that person, constant communication, because isolation breeds a whole bunch of insecurities. Isolation breeds insecurity. So if you have that type of person that needs that type of help, keep in constant communication with them and keep them encouraged. Let them know they're not running the race by themselves. Like, look, I did it. You can do it. I know it's hard. I'll call you in a day or two just to check on you, and actually follow through with that. You'll be able to help that person come through with their test, and when they come through, they'll be able to acknowledge the fact, look, if it wasn't for this person, and it's not you doing it because of encouragement, but it's you doing it because you realize you can help make an impact and change someone's life. So, I mean, just remember, stay in contact with the person that if somebody asks you for help, stay with them, stick with them, because they're going to need you throughout that whole trial. If you imagine somebody that has cancer, a lot of times the family is constant communication. How you doing? What you need? How you doing? What you need? Could you imagine somebody say how you doing and never talk to them again? That person isolation breeds insecurity. That can make for a person that can stress levels can go up. They can get a lot more sick. So if you got somebody right now that you can reach out to that you know is probably going through something, just check on them. See how they doing. Help them make it through their test. All right?
I would say the one thing that a lot of people fail to realize is this is a battle. It's a constant battle every day. So my suggestion is read Ephesians 6 through 18. 7-day challenge, and I say this to people all the time. I'm going to challenge you to a 7-day challenge. Read Ephesians 6, 10 through 18 and tell me when you read it. Tag me in your post. Like, I'm going to have people to tag me in this so y'all can tag me. But tag me in your post. And when you tag me in your post, tell me what part of the armor is your favorite. Tell me how you're going to fight your battle. You need to be an Ephesians 6 and 10 person. Put on the whole armor of God. And then let me know how that work out for you. Tag me in it, for real. Like, for real, for real. You encourage me, I encourage you. We hold each other accountable. Do that. Ephesians 6, 10 through 18. Try it.
Alright, so y'all heard it. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in for Breakfast with the Brits this morning. Make sure for the remainder of the weeks, Monday through Saturday, you know you got tips at 2 with Lyndon, Katrina Lewis. I love you guys. God is so good. She absolutely is.
Let me girl. Good morning, Katrina. I can't, y'all, but I'm gonna tell you later. I'm gonna talk to her, and y'all don't understand. Katrina, she is a fighter. Do you hear me? She is a fighter. That's why I always say you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are going through. You have to pray for everybody. You have to encourage everybody. Just stay prayed up. Ephesians 6, 10 through 18. I'm going to stop talking because I'll never stop. Ephesians 6, 10 through 18. Be a fighter. Figure out how to fight properly.
She sure won't stop talking. But good to see. She said good morning. Jamal Floyd, much love to you guys. Hey, appreciate it, man. Much love to you all as well. Appreciate y'all hopping on Breakfast with the Brits. We will see y'all. We will see y'all later on Tips at Tuesday tomorrow. I mean, Tips at 2 with Lyndon tomorrow. Say bye, Alex. Y'all have a blessed one. Say bye. See y'all later, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Have a blessed day. And go find that person, be encouraged, and help somebody make it through that test and keep fighting through yours. Oh, and by the way, if this was of value to you, I ask that you share this out. Someone else needs to hear this message to be encouraged, to be able to help make it through their testimony. So I ask that you share this with everyone that you know that will take a look and actually watch this thing to be encouraged and make it through. And make sure you cut on the notifications when I go live or when we go live so you don't miss a single one. All right, so y'all have a blessed day again.